Hey guys, welcome back to another clip of Schach-manuel-lernen. Today with another game of the winter season. So it was the first round of the winter season after a 2 months break of classical games. And let's see how we started in this season. I had the white pieces, we had a Sicilian opening, and with the move a6, it's the variation of Najdorf. And here I played rook g1. It's a theory line, that's why I won't go too deep in that. Basically, the idea is just to play g4, g5. So queen c7, g4, e6, g5. Knight had to retreat. And now I already really like my position because we got space advantage, and since I played rook g1, it's obvious that I will castle alongside. Then bishop e3. f4 would have been a bit better because of controlling the center. However, it also weakens the king. Like when you play f4, yeah, you just have to calculate it well. I just decided to develop, and after b5, queen d2. Then bishop b7, a3. a3 was the idea to stop b4 because the threat here from black's perspective is playing b4, chasing the knight away, and then he can capture on e4. That's why I played a3. He continued his development. Then I played h4, which was an inaccuracy because I allow him to play d5. And what would have been much better is, f4 again. And if he plays here d5, I can just, close everything and have a huge space advantage. So I played h4, d5, and then here I calculated for quite some time. And then I decided to castle. The idea was, if black is greedy and capture the pawn, he will regret it immediately because I can sacrifice the knight here. You always need to protect the checkmate on d8. So let's say if he captures, he needs to play like queen c8 to stay in touch with that square. And then we can simply capture the knight, and then it's game over. So that's why, black didn't capture. He wasn't too greedy, so he continued developing. Then here I should have captured, and after all of this capturing, his king is still a bit in the middle. So the main ideas here are just always, doesn't matter where he puts his bishop, is knight to f5, attacking the pawn here, and in case he would capture it, then we could capture the bishop on d5. However, I didn't play that. I played bishop f4 with a specific idea, but according to the computer it's incorrect. I wanted to provoke e5, because if he plays bishop d6, we can play something like that. And then he will lose material at the end of this variation. So I forced him to play e5, then I retreated with the bishop. He can't capture because of his queen. And then he made a mistake, queen c8, to go out of the pin. And now, here it was an important moment, like his king is still in the middle, and he attacked the center with d5 and e5, so I want to break up the center in order to attack his king. That's the reason why I captured on d5, sacrificing my knight, and then I recaptured with the queen. And now his king is in huge danger because if he develops his bishop, we can simply capture on g7. If he does nothing, we will just destroy him on the open file. That's why black decided to try to exchange the queens. Of course, he has more material, and for that reason, and also because I'm the attacker in this position, I decided to keep the queens on the board with queen f4 immediately would have been a bit better. I decided to give first the check and then queen f4. I lose the d5 pawn, that was clear. He captures with bishop, I capture with the knight, and now he only can recapture with the knight. If he would capture with the queen, it would be immediately checkmate. That's why with the knight, and now I win the pawn on f7. And now here, he has still all of the problems because it's threatening checkmate, and his pieces are just not developed. He played knight e7, played rook d1, and after rook c8, I missed the winning combination here. You can pause it if you want to try to find it by yourself. It would have been rook captures on d7. So we were material down, but even now we just sacrifice even more material. So here's forced to capture. Then we would bring our next piece into attack, bishop h3, and he has only one move, king c6, and then we would have really a beautiful combination. Like we just capture on c8. If he captures, we drag out his king in the open area, and then somehow it will be just checkmate. You don't need to calculate that. This is a checkmate, and king a6, there's their checkmate. So that would have been the winning combination. Unfortunately, I was too blinded by the threatening checkmate here. That's why I played c3, which is a huge mistake, but it's still a winning position for white, according to the computer. Of course, he tries to exchange the queen, because he still has more material, like a knight for 2 pawns. I don't want to trade. King e8 goes out of this annoying pin. And now I made another mistake because I played bishop d3, because I thought, his queen has to go away, and then I have rook e1 and all the attack that I need. However, I missed here one single move, which is called in English and German Zwischenzug. It's knight c5. The problem is, if I capture his queen, he captures here, and after that we just exchanged a huge amount of material, and at the end he still is material up. So again here I don't want to exchange queens, that's why I played queen c2, but now he can trade some pieces off, rook d8, I have to trade the rooks, and now we have much less attacking pieces, and that was a bit a pity. However, I still have a good position due to the lack of developing by him. And after king f7, I played rook e5, queen c8 was another mistake, and here I would have a final chance to win the game, which would be queen d6. What's the idea? It blocks his development, and if you play something like g6, just for illustrating the devastation of this position, we can give a check here, king goes back, and then yeah, this here is already a bit harder to see, of course, sacrificing the rook. I just show it out of pure happiness. He has two pieces and the rook, but they are all doing nothing, and yeah. So even if you wouldn't see the rook sacrifice here, if you simply capture there, it's enough because he has more material, but when they don't participate in the game, it's pointless, these pieces. So that would have been my last chance of winning the game, queen d6. I also missed that one. So I played queen d4 with the idea if he plays that, I can play this one. But yeah, the idea was something like that to win the game. But yeah, of course he saw it. He played queen c6. And now queen d6 is out of the question for this game. So I played rook c5, queen e6, and then we just repeated the position. Here, actually, it's a dead draw, according to the computer. Of course, both players can try something. But yeah, here I knew I missed it at some point, which was annoying, and then I took the draw. Unfortunately, I just missed many winning chances. Until this position here, it was a really beautiful game with opening center. His king was weak. I played really good, just one small mistake, and then from here I just finished missed the final blow, and that's why I didn't deserve the win at the end. So I made a draw. Our team lost 4.5 to 1.5, so really bad start in the season. But we will get better next Saturday. So hope you learned a bit something from my mistakes, that you don't do the same. I wish you a wonderful weekend. Stay healthy and enjoy your own games.